Hello everyone, I'm Anshu and this is the channel where I'm gonna uh, explain you how Power App works and we are going to develop some enterprise level app in the Power App. So today we are going to create a attendance app and let's have a quick demo and then we'll start the development. Let me just refresh my app. This is what we are going to create today. User will be prompt for a screen where they can check in or check out. They will have a check-in date and time and check-out date and time. Total hours, their login, username, history, and if there is any holiday list. So the moment I click on check-in, it will show me check-in success, time, and the date. When I go back, it will show me the same thing. And when I check out, it will show me the checkout and the total time. And here I can see I checked in here. As of now, there is no checkout time, so it's 00. The moment I click on checkout, it will calculate the time. Okay, let's start the development. Let's understand the architect first. We are going to use only the two SharePoint list. One is attendance tracker, and the other one would be holiday calendar. Attendance tracker will have the detail of logged in user, what their attendance is. So I have a title column, then an email, employee email, then attendance date, check-in, check-out, time, and the employee name. The other list is holiday calendar. If you see, it's a static list which will have a holiday date and the name of that holiday. Let's come back to the app. I am here at the make.powerapp.com. Then click on create a blank app. So this app, I'm going to use it for the phone device. So I will select the screen size to be a phone size. Now the app is here. Let's go to data. Let's add the data source first. I'm going to use a SharePoint data source. You can use any shared data source you want. Let me click over here, connect to this site, and let's add these two lists here. So I have both the list now. Now we are going to have a three screens here. One would be SCR landing page. The other two screens would be a confirmation screen for SCR check-in and SCR checkout. Now what I want in the landing page, if you see, I have a top header where the name is there, then a center container and the bottom container. So we need three container. Let me add container. This is our first container, top container. Let me move it to 0y0x, and width would be parent.width, whatever the width of our screen, and the height, let's go for 60. Then I want another container, the center container. I just copy this container. Okay, I pasted inside it. Let me just copy this container and paste it here. Now what I want the second container, the center container, to be 20 pixel away from the first container. So I will copy the name of first container, then the second container, go to Y and paste the first container name dot Y plus first container dot height, whatever the height of that container, and move 20 pixel away from that. So that's how you can do the dynamic height and width and dynamic distance from one container to another. So what I want, the height of this should be dynamic. So I want parent dot height by 2. So this is my second container. I don't want X to be 0. I want it to be 10 pixel away from the left side. And for now, if it's 10 pixel away from the left side, it should be 10 pixel away from the right side also. So it should be minus 20 now. So if you see, it's let me have a border here, a gray color. Let's go for this one. And then I want one more container here, which would be the holiday container. So again, I will take this container. Y of this should be the center container Y plus its height and 20 pixel away from that. Now, if you see it's outside my screen, what I will do, I will change the height of this container. I want it to parent dot height, whatever the parent height, parent screen is, and whatever the self dot y. So whatever the self y part is, and then I will move it 10 pixel away from the bottom. If you see, now it's here. So now if you see, all the height and the y part are dynamic for all the containers here. Sorry. So we got 3 container. Let's see what else we have. Now, if you see, there is a button here. Let's do this part. Uh, so let's add a container inside this container, and I want it to be half of parent container. So it should be parent dot width by 2, and whatever the width is, I want the same height. So it would be a square here. Okay. Seems like width is a little bit higher. Let me go by 3, and we will do the height would be self dot width. This seems fine. Now what I will do, I will go to the border radius and make it dynamically. So what I want, self dot width by 2. I will copy this border radius and will paste it for all the radius for this particular container. So what I'm doing here, I am just making this container a circle container. So if you see, now I have a circle container here. For now, let's have a outer border so that we know there's a container here. And we will add one more container inside this container. Now what I want with, it should be parent dot width minus, let's have 30 pixel, and same should be height, parent dot height minus 30 pixel. I want it to be the center of the, I want it to be in the center of this container. So what I will do, parent dot width minus self dot width by 2. It will align to the center of the parent container. I will do same for the y. Now instead of width, I will go for the height here. Okay, now we will do the same thing. We will go for the border radius and do the self dot width by 2, and we'll paste this for all the border. Now here, bottom right and top right. Now I have this container. Let's have a border for this container to 1, and let's have some color. So this is the green container now. So inside this container, we will add a button. We will add 2 buttons. Let's add first button. Let's just it would be a check-in, and now I will add another button here. This is my check out button. Okay, so let's keep it here like this. We will do the design later now for these buttons. Now what else we have? So we have this bar, then label and check-in checkout date. Let's add the bar now. Let's add a rectangle. So I want it to be the center of the container. So the same formula, parent dot height minus self dot height. It will be by 2. It would be center line. I want it height to be 2 pixel. X should be 10, and width should be parent dot width minus 20. So it would be 10 pixels away from both the side. Now I want this rectangle to be at the back, so I will send it to the back and change the color to the light gray. Okay, fine. Let's have one more uh, rectangle so that we have this bar. Now for this we want the width to be, let's for now let's have a 50, and height should be half of parent dot height by 2, and we will move it here. So the x should be parent dot width minus self dot width by 2, so it will center line here. Now what I want, instead of 250, I want it to be the 2, and I will change the height. So whatever this height is, I want it to be a little bit smaller in the size. So I want minus 60, and I will, let's change the height to 100. I think I need more shorter. Let's go for 150. Right. Now from the top, I will move it to 50 pixels. It's here. Let's see this container. This container is not center line, so what we will do, we will go for the x. Parent dot width minus self dot width divided by 2. It's center line now. So if you see, all these are center line. Now what I need, I need this label total R. Let's create these two labels. Insert a label here. Font size, let's go for 12. Semi bold, and we will go for the Arial, and we will just write down what we need to this status. I think let's not go for the semi bold, let's go for the normal. Then height would be 40, and x should be 10, y should be 10. We will have it here, and it's a static text, so we will keep it for 100 pixels. Now let's go for 140. Okay, now we need the other one is total hours. So for now we will just insert a container. So we will keep a y of 10. Height of container should be 40, and x we will right align it. So parent dot width minus self dot width. So if you see it move here and 10 pixel from the right side, and its width should be 200, and we will add a label inside this container. xy00, width would be whatever the parent width is, and height would be whatever the parent height is. Font we will go for the 12. Let's see here, we have 12 for both, and it should be right align. And here we will write down, for now it's a static, but we will write down a formula later. To total hours would be 0 hour 0 minute. Okay, let's see. Okay, fine. Then we will keep it as a Arial. Let's see. Let's give it a name. Then tracker. Saving. Okay, it's looking fine. So what we will do now, what else we have here, we have these two parts. So I will add a container again. And I will keep it here. So what I want this container y should be this dot y plus 10. Instead of this one, let's go with this rectangle. So y should be this y, and height should be this height. Okay, now x should be this dot x minus self dot width minus 20. Okay, so we will have this container here. We will add a label. Let's go for 12 and height. Let's go for 30 here. So here we will write down check in and center line, and x should be 0, y should be 5 pixels from the top. Okay, we'll have a check-in, then we will just copy and paste here. Here we will go for 16 pixel, and we will have a time here. So for now, let's write down 12 p.m. Should be center line. Let's go for semi-bold and let's pick this one. Okay. Now, what else we need? We need a date. Let's move it here. June 11, 2026. And after it, we need a what today's day. So it should be T. Okay, this is what we are going to have, and I will just remove the shadow to none. So it would be a floating part, and copy and paste it. Let me paste it here. And now this container, instead of left side, we need to move it to the right side. So self.x plus x plus 20. So it will be a right side. So instead of check-in, we will have a checkout here. And other things would be same. Okay, now what else we need? So right now I'm just adding the structure label container. We will write down the formula later. Let's have a structure first. In the top, we need an image. And we will move it to the right side. So parent dot width minus self dot width and 10 pixels from the right side. Y is fine. We will keep the pen dot height minus let's 10, and let's keep a 5 pixel from the top and 5 from the bottom. And width, let's go for 50. Anyway, we are going to make it a circle, so whatever the height and width is, we want half of that, so we will keep a 25 here. So it would be a circle. Else I need the current login username, so I will add a label. This image label should be right aligned. X would be this.x minus self.width. Let's keep 5 pixels from the image, and its width would be 250. The font size, let's go for 12 or 14. Let's go for the 14, and it should be Arial. And let's have a semicolon. Okay. So far so good. We added the label, image, this Tutla checkout part, today's status. Now we want 7 days check-in skeleton and the holiday list. So what we will do here, we will add one more container. Let's move this container after the button containers. So it's that this one y, this dot y plus this dot height plus 20, and height would be parent dot height minus self dot y minus 10. For x, we will keep a 10 pixel from x, and for the width, we will have a pen dot width minus 20. Okay, here's my, let's have one border. Let's change the height of this container. So if you see, because these all are reference height, the moment I change the height of this one, other height would automatically update it. So I have this by 2. Let's increase the size of center container. Let's have 100 more pixel. So if you see, automatically change the size of this one, the center container and this container. Now it's fine. Let's add a label here. So we will keep a 10 pixel from left, 10 pixel from the Y, and let's go for the 14 pixel height, ideal, semi-bold, and what we will going to say, we will go to this last 7 days. And height of this label should be 30 and width would be 200. Okay, this is done, and then we need under this, I will just copy this here and paste it here, and here I am going to write down holiday list. Okay, so we have created a structure. So what I will do, I will quickly rename all these containers and label accordingly. And okay, so what I did, I just quickly rename all the label and container which we added. Now what we need, first we need let's hide this checkout button. First let's use the check-in. I need x to be 0, y to be 0. The width should be parent dot width and height should be parent dot height. Okay, and the font size, let's go for the 18. Okay, so what else we have? This is, let's move this rectangle. If you see, the rectangle is on the top of this button. I don't want that. I will pick the rectangle and align, reorder, send to back. Now if you see, it's back. Let's move the back. This button color, I want it to be in a green shade. Let's go a little bit darker here. Yeah, this green is good. And let me just, border should be 1. Now what will happen if you see it's green, but when I hover over it, it is still showing the blue. Let me change the hover property. So if I go to hover, however, it's a mobile app, so there's no hover function in the mobile. But if user run it on the PC, so they will see a blue. So what I will do, I will just in hover color, click on this function, this color, hover fill, and what I want self dot fill, and fade should be this. So now if you hover, it's like this. Now if I click, if you see, oh, it's fine. I think click is also fine now. Border, I don't want any border here, and I don't want any focus border. So click on the formula bar, and let's go for the thickness to 0. Now if I run, hover, click, okay, now that's fine. What else I need? I need this outer border, outer container should be based on this one. So I will just copy the name, go this container fill color part, and I want the color fade formula, use color fade, this button dot fill, comma, let's fade it to 80%, and let's see how. Okay, and now I don't want any border here, so let's remove the border. If you see, there's a fade and this. Okay, I think let's go 80, let's go for 70. Okay, seems fine. You can resize your container also if you want. Let me see. It's minus 30. Let's go for 50. And height would be, no, 50 is more. Let's go for 40. Okay. Now here. And what? is this button. 83, 83. Okay, border is set up. Now what I want, we are going to use the formula here. Let's come and go to the formula. So what we are going to do, we are going to use some formula. First formula, we are going to use the current login user. So we will use where this is a variable. Current login user email would be user. This is a function provided by Power App dot email. So it will see the current login user email here. Now other formula, let me just explain the formula. Other formula we are going to use is where current user today attendance. So whatever they have, whether they have checked in today or not. So this formula, we will use a lookup function here, and then we'll hit attendance tracker list, SharePoint list, and then what I want your emp email equal to this variable. Okay, and I want one more thing. I want attendance date. We have a date column also here. If you see date column, so I want today's attendance. It should be equal to today. So what it will do, it will hit the SharePoint and get the current login user and today. Okay, it will get me the today's attendance of the current login user. We have now these two formula. So what I will do, check-in button should be visible, only visible if the user haven't checked in today. So what I will do, I will go to the visible property of this button and see if this is blank. If today's attendance, this particular variable is blank, only then show the check-in button. Okay. Now for now, I will just make it false, and we'll work on the checkout button. The checkout and visible. We'll do the same thing with would be parent.width and height would be parent.height. I don't want any border for this. X0, Y0. What's this check-in? We have kept font to 18. Let's do the same thing. 18, and then color. Let's go for this shade. I think a little bit darker. Yes. And hover, same thing. If you see again, it will show the blue. I don't want the blue on hover over this. I want self.fill. Now it's fine. There shouldn't be any border here. Let's go for the border thickness as 0, and the focus border also should be 0. And what I want, this container shouldn't have any border. Let me put 0 for this container also. Okay, so width and height, let's see the height. It should be same. Let me see what happened here. It's not correct, and here. Okay, this is fine. Width is -40 and height is -2. That's why it is not correct. Okay. Now what I need here, this checkout button should be visible when user checked in. So if we see our check-in formula, we have already see whether it should be visible or not. What I will do, I will just copy the button name and go to the checkout button, go to visible. I will say it should only be visible if my check-in button is not visible. So instead of visible, I will just say no. One more thing we need, let me just check-in button, let me change it to false, hide the property. Now if you see, even my check-in button is hidden, it is still showing the green bar outside. I want this field to be in the red color. So what we will do, we will write down a formula here. It's in color fade and this 70%. Here we will write down if formula. If button landing check-in is visible, then do this. If it's not visible, then do button landing checkout dot fill, and then a comma. Okay. So what I did, I use a color field formula and I checked this condition whether the check-in button is visible. If it's visible, then use the check-in color, which is green, else use the checkout color, which is red. So we see now the outer bar is in red color. Let's go to visible property and undo this. Okay, I have check-in now. Now I will do whatever what on select. Now we will go to on select property. Whenever user click on this button, I want a patch function to run to my SharePoint. So I will write down patch to my SharePoint attendance tracker, and I want to create a new record for now. So it will use a defaults attendance tracker and my data. So what we want to pass here, we want to pass a title column. So I am saying it's updated by the Power App and my button name. So I follow this practice so that tomorrow if I have to debug, I can see the version history of SharePoint and I can see from where that particular record is created. Okay, we have a title now, and what else we need? We need the employee email, employee name, which is user function dot full name. We take it to the next line, add a comma. What else we need? We need attendance date, which is today. And what else we need? We need a check-in time because they are clicking on the check-in, so we need a check-in time. I will use now, whenever they click on check-in. And I need the email address also. So emp email. We have created a variable for that. Current login user email. I'm going to pass that. So now what will happen whenever user click over here, it will create a new record with the current login name and the email in the backend. So let's check here. If I click on check-in, see, it's automatically goes to check out because we have written a formula here that get this detail. And formula, the thing about formula, it recalculated here. And if I go to my SharePoint list, let me refresh. Here, it created a new record. Okay, for now, let's keep the record. Let's come back here. So I want one more thing. Whenever user check-in, it should take them to the check-in screen, and there should be a confirmation message. So what I will do, I will create a back button first. Back arrow. Keep it 10 by 10 and 50 by 50. And I just want a functionality on that would be back here. Okay. What we need here now, a container. Let's keep it by 300 by 300 and center line. Parent dot width minus self dot width by 2. And we'll do the same thing for y. Height self dot. No, let's not do let not center line. Let me just move it to 100 pixel from top. Let's move a little bit. I think 200 is fine. I want it to be the circle. So 300, half of 300 would be 150. It's a circle and it's a success confirmed. So I want a light green here and a checkbox here with 100 by 100 and then center line. Parent dot width minus self dot width. That by 2. And same goes for y. Instead of width, I will use the height. And I want this to be in a green color, so I will change this particular property to dark green. Okay, now what else we need? I need a label which will move here. Center line font should be 14, and here I'm going to write down check-in successfully. Okay, then 14 is fine, and height should be 50. And let me set alignment. Parent dot width minus self dot width 35. Okay, let me copy this again, paste it here. Now the user already checked in, so what we will do, we will going to pick this particular part formula, and here I will say this dot check-in. So if you see, it will give you the complete time, but I don't want to show the complete time. I will format it using a text function check-in and only time. So I want hour and minute, and I want AM PM, so I will write down AM/PM and then back close. If you see, it will show me time only now. I will change the font to 18 and font to this. I think this looks good. Let me make it a semi bold. Okay. Now I want date also and the checked-in. So let me move it here. I will use the same formula. Now instead of R here, now we are going to show the date. So it should be, I want to show the DDT, the day, then whatever the date is. So I want month, then day, PD, then year. So if you see, it will show me the date here, 06. So instead of 2, let's have 3. Okay, these are the format I'm going to use. You can use any other format if you want. So when user checked in, it will show a check-in and whatever the time that check-in time is. What I will do now, I will go to landing screen and go to my check-in button, and once the check-in is done, I will just navigate to that particular screen, navigate to CR check-in. Okay, now let's work here. Text, let me use that particular variable where this dot check-in. Okay, and just need to format it. Use text, then comma. I'm going to show time HH and MM and then AM/PM. Okay, let's fetch it from the. Let's fetch these two also from the check-in part. Or let's keep it for today. So I want this to be text of today. Then it should be in DDD MM. No, let's keep MMM DD and YY. Bracket close. And I want here to the date, today's date. Let's keep it as DD Saturday. Okay, fine. So this is what we have. I need a formula here. So if user haven't checked in, I will say if is blank where today's attendance. If this is blank, so I will keep it as a dash dash. User haven't checked in. Else make it like this. Okay, now what we will do, we just need to change the date here and the day here. So I will take the same thing. I will just use this condition here. Let me copy this and let's use the part. Uh, if this is blank, then do nothing else. Let's use text. Let's format this where current login is there, and based on that I will format what I need. I need month 3M, then day. I will use a date and then the comma with the year. So for if this equal to this, then that dot check-in time. We have this. Now we will use the just copy and paste the same condition for the day. Let me just paste it here, and here I will use the day. So D will show you the Saturday. Okay, so let's go for the checkout now. It would be the same thing. I will just paste it here, and if this dot checkout. So why I use a checkout? Because if user have already checked in, it means the user need to check out now. So if this is blank, then I will show a dash dash, else I will show a checkout time. Checkout with this format. We'll go same thing for here. Checkout and uh, here even let's do one thing instead of using this. So you can do it accordingly yourself. So for this demo purpose, I will use it today. That's whether they have checked out or not. Let me just paste it here, and instead of this check-in, I will use it today function. So whether they have checked out or not. So you can customize if you want to add a condition that if they haven't checked out today, it should be dash, but for me I am using this part. And for the day I will use dd td. Okay, so it will show whether the user have checked out or not. Fine. Now let's go ahead with the checkout functionality. So what I want, whenever user click on the checked out, so I want them to navigate to checkout screen first. SCR checked out, checkout, and then there we will have a confirmation date whether they want to check out or not. So when I click over here, let me show you. So whenever I click on the checkout, it will ask me I am ready to check out when the total are and the confirm checkout part. So let's do this part here. Insert a back icon. 10 by 10. Let's just check what we have here. 50 by 50. So the width and height is 50 by 50. Okay, what else we have? Let's just copy this container and paste it here. And instead of green, we will go for the light green, red. Okay, and here I want a exit. No, let's see what's this. Could be a leave sign, and I want it to be in a red. I think this is better now. And then I will just go to check in, copy this particular label and paste it here. I will ask ready to check out. Let us copy and paste it again and move it here. Now we will just write down. So you can rename it. You can just write down the text according to yourself. I'll write down. Please confirm to check out today. Okay. So once these things are done, what else we have here? So we want to show a check-in time and a total hours. So for now, let's insert a container. Let's centralize it. Searching for a pen dot with minus self dot with divided by 2, etc. And I want height to be 150. I think that's fine. And let's keep a border with the light. Okay, seems good. Then add a label here, move it at the top. Font size, let's keep it 14 and width to be 200 and height to be 50 pixels. So what I want to show a check-in time. Write down check-in time. Let's move from left to 10 pixels. Okay, seems good now. Let's copy and paste it and move it here. And here I want to show total. Okay, seems like the height of this particular container is too much. Let me just resize it to 120. I think that's fine now. And I will copy both the. Let me copy both the control, copy and then paste. And move it over here. And again copy and paste. Yeah. Okay. So let me just do it a right line. Okay, so what we will do, we will just change it to use the current variable where current login attendance dot check-in time, and let's format it to where current attendance dot check-in, and then hh inverted comma hh colon am slash pm. So if you see, okay, I found it, inverted comma. So when I check it now, total we will do a calculation here. For now, let's just have a dash as of now, but we will do a calculation here. And now we will add a button. Let's move it to the bottom. So we will use a y property, parent dot height minus self dot height minus 10. X I want 10, and width would be parent dot width minus self dot width. Okay, width should be parent dot width minus 20. Okay, the font I want it to be 14. No, 14 is low. Let's go for 16, and we will have a button. What I want here, let's see. Confirm check route. Let's just write down that. Okay, let's just rewrite this button. Confirm check out, and font, let's change it to 18, and color should be a little darker. Okay, and the text color should be like this. I think this is looking good. Theme and font weight. Okay, fine. Let's just see hover property. If you see, whenever I'm hovering over it, it's still blue. I just change the hover property. Well, it should be self dot fill. If I see here, yeah, click is also good. Now what I just want whenever user click on this, now what I want whenever user click on this, it should be, user should be able to check out. I will patch on my attendance database list with the current record. So where current this one, and then whatever the data I want to pass. So I want that checkout time should be now whenever they click on the here, and I want the title should be that it's updated by the Power Apps, and I will give the button name. Copy and paste it over here. After it, I just want that to go back on the previous screen. So now what will happen whenever user click on the checkout, it will take the current time and will take it user to the previous screen. So let's go back to landing page, publish the app. Let's see what we have done till now. We have created a check-in time and the checkout functionality. Whenever user click on the checkout, they will come over here, and when user click on the button, it would be saved the database. And let's see if I go to a database and refresh it. For now, there's no checkout time, but when I click over here, so I have a checkout time now. So what else is left? I want to calculate the total hour, and also if you see here, it's showing the June, which is not correct. Let's see what we did. Okay, it should be time, so I have to pass HH and MM and then AM/PM. So now if you see, okay, PM, it's showing the checkout time. Now we have to calculate the total hour. So for now, let's write down the formula. So what what we will do here, after this, we will just calculate it. Let's say date difference, which will give me the time to where I will attendance today dot check-in time minus where current attendance dot checkout time, and I want it to be in minutes. So if you see, I got the time. It's total. It's showing the minute. Now I have to convert it. So how I will convert it? Uh, I will use a formula. I will use a with function, and here I will use a variable that total minutes, and I will use a date difference here, and then where the check-in time minus and where the checkout time, and I want it in the minutes. So I got this part. Then this thing need to be converted in a readable format that let's say I got 120 minutes. So I want the total minute here should be divided by 60. These would be my hours, and I also want the minutes now. Mod of total minute by 60, it would be minute. So if you see, it will show me time, but if 5.6, I will round it off using a round function. Round down to 0. So it will show you 5 and 36 minutes till now. Now what will happen, I need to recalculate this formula on the checkout screen. Also, if you see the app here, it need to be calculated on the last 7 days 7 days attendance. So I will just move this particular the complete formula into the formula section. I will create a new formula here. Let's see fx calculate time difference. So what I want the two time. One is the check-in time, which would be a date time part, and I want a checkout time. Check out time, which be again a date time, and I would return a text from here. Now this is my formula, and I will just paste it here. So what I did, I created a formula using this formula function, and instead of this, I will just paste the variable whatever user would pass to the function. Instead of checkout, it should be like this. Okay, so this is what I have created. Now instead of doing this, doing the complete formula part, I will just call this formula fx calculate where attendance dot check-in else well is for checkout. Okay, it will show you the checkout time and loss. When you go to the checkout, I want again do the same thing here. So I will call the function fx calculate time where the check-in comma check dot check-in time, and now so what I want, whenever you click on the checkout, it should calculate on the current time. It will show me the current time, but now function will always recalculate it whenever there's some state change, let's say button click or something happen. So I will say on visible, I will create a variable where current time, and I will say now. Okay, I created on the wrong one. Let me just remove this from check-in and move it to the checkout on visible. Here, instead of check-in, instead of now, I will pass this here, current time. So if I go to landing page and I click on checkout, it will show me the current calculated time. Let's have a space here. So the best thing is the formula. I will just change it over here. Okay, if I go back on the landing page, it's correct now. So for now, for the this app purpose, I will just change this particular color to green, and the label should be like this. Okay, label seems fine. So you can add a condition if you want it less than 4 hours, it should be in red or something like that. You can add a condition here. Okay, so if you see the total hour is 536. No, 89. When I click on now it's 540. If I click on checkout again, so total hour have been changed. Okay, we forgot to change this text. It should be user dot full name, so they can see their name. Let's go back here. I forgot to write down the functionality on select. Let's say back. Okay. Now last 7 days, it's a basic. We will add a gallery here. Blank vertical gallery. Template size. Let's go for 50, and then just add the data source attendance tracker. So now what we need here, we need a formula that it will get the current login user detail. So we'll say it should be filter attendance tracker. Just expand my formula. emp email equal to where current login user detail. And what I want attendance date should be less than equal to today, and attendance date should be greater than equal to date add today minus 7, and I want it to be in days. Then I filter close. Okay, it will get me the history, and then I will just sort the column. I just want it to be sorted on attendance date, and it should be descending. All done. I got the past 7 days data, and now I will add some label here. Change the font to 12, Arial, and the width should be, let's go, no, 100, not, let's go for 180. X 10, y 5, and height would be pen dot height, and then although let's go for 40 for now. And what I want, it should be the date. So I will say when they logged in, I want that text this item dot attendance date, and I want it to be formatted to dd dd d dd, and then y. So I got the days, and then will I paste it again. I want a check-in time, so this item dot check-in, but it need to be formatted. So we'll use a text read, comma. I just want to show the time, so it should be HHMM then EM/PM. Set a line and then move it to the checkout time. Okay, we got the history now. So if you see, it's showing my checkout time, but if I click on checkout again, total hours is this, and click on checkout, so time should change. See, let's just resize it. uh, 20 and add a date difference. So what we will do, we will call the formula fx this item dot check-in else this item dot check. But what we will do, we will just because if user haven't checked out, we need to handle that thing also. So if instead of checkout, what we'll do, we'll say if is blank this item dot check out. If it is blank, we will just say where current time, else we will say this item dot checkout. So by using this condition, it will handle the checkout part. So total till now is this. If I click on checkout again, checkout, so time has been changed. So let's add a calendar here, holiday calendar. We'll add a gallery. Set up gallery, vertical gallery. Go to this template size, it should be 50, and resize it and connect to the our holiday calendar. Then add a label, insert a label here. Let's go for the font 12, height is 40, I should be 5, and width should be 120. Let's move it to 220. So we have a title and we need the date only now. So just paste it and move it here, and we will use the same thing for the date, the formula. The formula would be this item dot holiday, and then it should be text like this, and let's use dd 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 so user would know that when is the holiday. You can add a conditions if you want, that if it's a holiday, before confirming check-in, there should be a confirmation box that whether they are sure they want to check in. This image is also forgot to do this, so we'll use a user dot image. So I think it's done. Let me just publish the app here. So we have created a check-in screen, checkout screen. We have these dates, their history, and whenever they click on the checkout, it's showing the total hours. And once they click on the checkout, it's getting updated with the time. I've published the app. Let's go back to the apps. Let's play this. So we see it's showing the detail, total hours, when I checked in, when I checked out, today's date, history, and the holiday. So when I click on checkout, it will show me the checkout details. And if you see, it's 53. And when I click on the checkout, now it's 53. I have a checkout 16. Let's wait for 9:16. The last checkout at 9:16. So if I click over here, 54. 54 over here and 54 over here. Okay. So yeah, that's the app. Let me know what do you feel, how the app is. If there is any question, please post it on the comment. Thank you.